Okay, so I don't really have a plan for what I'm going to say for this video. I just had a lot, I guess, on my heart and on my mind lately, and I feel like it would be a benefit to me to get it off my chest, talk about it, and you never know if that could also in turn help one of you guys. Which is kind of the whole premise of this channel, is that we're going through a lot of the same stuff together. So instead of keeping my thoughts and feelings to myself, I think it's more beneficial to share them. Anyways, infertility is so hard, and it has been the hardest thing I think in my life, and I'm in the middle of it. I'm still in it. And something that I've been feeling a lot lately is like I'm not supposed to be sad anymore, and I'll try to explain why. Caleb and I have been dealing with infertility for over 4 years. It was 4 years in September, and we've done so many different routes, we've tried so many different things, and ultimately now we're in the waiting period for the A word. But it feels increasingly, as time goes on, it feels like I'm more and more defeated, and like I'm more and more alone. Things are so much more different now than they were only a few years ago. We were still learning, we were still talking with doctors all the time, we were doing treatments, we were actively a part of the community. It was just so different. Whereas now I feel like I'm isolated, and I'm just dealing with my feelings on my own. And part of that is because it's almost like we've been through this for so long that I feel like other people are sick of hearing me talk about it, or I feel like it's been enough time. This shouldn't be a part of our lives anymore. We shouldn't be, you know, worrying about it or talking about it all the time or whatever that is. But yet the feelings are still there, and they're still really strong, but it just feels like I'm bottling them in more than I used to. And part of that is YouTube. Like, this might be silly, but there are so many other people who have shared their journey, and I'm sure a lot of you follow some of them, and they've shared their journey, but now they've got that success story, or now they've, you know, they've reached that goal, and it feels like everybody's passing me by, and here I am still making videos on YouTube and still sharing my story and still sharing my journey, but there's nothing to show for it. And I feel like bad about that I'm not providing that for you guys, that you guys aren't getting, you know, that happy ending like we dream of, and someone to root for. Like, it just feels like constantly you guys root for us and are hoping for us and praying for us, and I just feel like I'm letting you down. Like, there's nothing to show for it, and continuously. I also feel like because we've been on this journey so long, like I'm just not like allowed to be sad anymore. Like, it's like, haven't you had enough time to grieve and cry over it? Like, shouldn't you be over it now? It's been 4.5 years, like, just get on with it, you know? I know a lot of this might not be logical, but it's just how I feel. On top of all this, it's just so heavy. Like, infertility is so heavy. And even though I feel like we're not a part of the infertility community anymore because we're not doing treatments and we're not actively trying, like, to be part of the infertility community, you have to be trying to conceive. And Caleb and I aren't doing that right now because we have this route going on, and we have to commit to it and stay to it. But this route has nothing going on, and so we're just in this lull of just wake up, do your stuff for the day, go to bed, and I'm just numb. Like, I feel numb. I feel numb and defeated because I feel like I'm nowhere. I've worked my butt off for this dream, and I've tried so hard every day to stay positive and to look forward, but I feel so defeated. I can accept that it doesn't happen right away. I can accept that it's a hard road. All of these things I can accept, but the more time goes on, the harder it is to understand why in the world does this have to happen to us. Why do we need to suffer? We try our best every day to be good people, to do the best we can in our lives, and it's just so hard to understand. With that, it's hard to be hopeful for the future. You know, we always say, oh, this is going to be our year, or this will be the time, or I'm so hopeful for this point, and I don't feel like that's part of me anymore. I just feel like I'm just flatlined. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just, like, I can't experience happy to the fullest that I wish I could, or that I know I could. And that's because I'm always thinking in the back of my mind about how much happier I would be if I could just beat this, if I could just move forward with life, if life didn't have to be stuck in this freaking ball of mess that is infertility that just consumes you. My every thought and move has something to do with it. And it's debilitating. It's so hard, and it's so hard. And nobody understands. Like, nobody understands. And I love Caleb so much, but I know that he doesn't fully grasp what it is to me because he deals with it differently. And I just feel it all, like in every moment, every thought, everything. It just weighs on my heart, and I feel like my heart is going to explode. I just don't know how much longer I can do this, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much longer I can stay strong. And that's another thing. I feel like I need to stay strong. I have you guys. And so I feel like I need to be that for you, and I want to be that for you. But I'm scared that I'm not, and I'm afraid to fail. Just so defeated. I don't know another word to use but defeated. But then that feeling is almost like not warranted because I have nothing going on. It's not like I just learned that I had a failed IVF or a miscarriage or anything. Like, all of that is in my past. Right now I've got nothing going on. I'm just, you know, like I said, in that lull stage. And that's what makes it even more complicated, is I feel like every feeling I have is not warranted. It doesn't make sense. Why do I feel defeated? I'm just doing nothing. I'm just waiting. For the longest time, part of what got me through is knowing that I would be able to have that voice for people who maybe didn't feel comfortable talking about it out loud. And by sharing our journey, sharing the nitty-gritty, sharing the bad, the good, that I could provide that hope for you guys and try and shed a light on infertility, break the stigma, all of those things. But lately, I just don't even feel like I'm doing any of that. I feel like I'm doing nothing, and I hate it. I don't even know if I'm making any sense. I want to move forward with life. I want this chapter not to be closed, but I just want to start a new chapter, and I feel like we're stuck and that we aren't able to move forward. You know, everything that goes into this, we've got the financial aspect, we've got the emotional, the physical, we've got every single part of our life is dedicated to this journey. And I try to take breaks and I try to get my mind off of it, but I just, you know, it only works for so long. You can only distract yourself for so long before what really is on your heart and really in your mind comes forward again. And that's every day for me. And I know that it's a lot of your days too. And I know that people can relate to that because infertility affects so many of us, and it affects our whole being, our whole life. Anyways, I just wanted to spill my heart out a little bit, tell you what's been going on, and let you know that if you're feeling any of these same feelings as I am, that you're not alone. So thank you for always being so helpful and supportive to us. You guys mean so much to us. I can't even properly describe it. We love you, and we will see you in the next video.